Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, it's the 18th of September, we've got new mods and we've got one update today. The map Rotimer Island by Marnock's Mapping has had an update. The information says that no new save game save slot is required. In front of me we've got the John Deere Gator TH6x4 by SleutjesModding, 22.61 megabytes download, 10 slots for the first of the 6x4s, and there's a few different options as you can see with colour schemes, tyre choices, things like that. And then we've got a load of stuff that comes with it. We'll have a look at the stuff in the menus first, and then we'll come out and we'll have a look at the stuff out here, because there's a fair few bits in this pack to be looking at. Under cars and bikes, and there we've got our Gator TH6x4, 7,999, not too bad as a starting figure. So we're all set up. Start off with standard 2, tyre with large claws 2, that changes the hub on the inside like so. We then got medium claw tyre and 2, tyre with small claws and 2, and back to standard again. Fenders, so at the moment we've got the fender sort of midway on the second axle, and we've got a little black bit of fender on the front sort of mudguard axle. We've got centre fender, takes that black one off and then do it again and takes that rear one off as well. So if you want it a sort of more open plan. Cabin carpet, we can put a bit of sort of just a bit of rubber mat I suppose, but cabin carpet yes or no. Bumper, we've got no, yes, and then we've got extension. Cabin options, front glass, roll bar, cab support with awning, with glass, with decal, so you can flick through those. Now what I did double check as well is I left those on. Winch option yes or no, so you do have a working winch, which is always very handy. Now the extra lights, I thought I'd better leave an awning on. When you put the extra lights on, I wasn't sure if it would put extra lights on the top on the bars. It doesn't, it is just down on the front on the bodywork down there. Attachers, we've got a standard hitch attach on the back or a 3-point depending on what you're going to be doing with this piece of equipment. Then we've got main colour, let's go with that, does anything on there. The next design colour does that mudguard, let's go pink to make it stand out, there you go, does that mudguard there. Next design colour does the seats, so if you want to go for a leather look or whatever. Now I did try with a couple of these to go matte, but it didn't seem to change anything, so it still looked glossy even though it was set on matte. Some I've got away with on different mods, but it didn't let me on this one. Then we've got rim colour on there and a license plate option on there too. Awesome, that's the main vehicle, and we've got a selection. If we come down to our trailers, so the first of our ones is there, the grain Gator. So the slots on these are, I'll say them out loud. We've got a 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3. Yeah, they're 2s and 3s. A couple of 1, nothing you know, crazy bonkers that you would expect them to be. So we've got this one here, 460 litre, extension at 1100 litre, and then we've got our main colour. Second colour does the mudguard bits like that, and then design colour. Oh, that's for the top section. If you've gone for that, the extension does the extension. Now, what I have found with all of these, bar the liquids tank, bizarrely, I couldn't get any of these to fill up from a buy anything silo, like a multi-fruit buy station. And even when it was, I got a big bag of lime and a big bag of salt, you couldn't pull up next to it and just refill. I had to lift the bags up to get them to fill up. So if you wanted to use these and take stuff out of your silos and stuff, whether it would work on the standard silo or not, I'm not sure, but it wouldn't work on the multi-fruit buy stations. I just thought I would put that out there. So that's under trailers. We then come down to, or across to, low loaders. Under low loaders, we've got the platform, just there. Main colour does that, and then the design colour does that. That has a 1 tension strap across the middle. I've got one of those out. Then we've got the wide platform. Main colour and fender, you can see what colours change on there. So slightly wider, again 1 tension strap on that, we'll see that in a moment. From there we go to, oh yeah, it was under fertilizer spreaders. So just there, the spreader, 500 litres of fertilizer or lime, but it doesn't say here or in the Farming Simulator website Modhub what the spread width is. We'll have a try with one and see what it comes out, and same with the salt spreader, it didn't say. So options this, we've just got a main colour, the actual metallic of the container, the 500 litre bunk stays as it is. So that's under fertilizers, and then we have got under levelers. a blade there. Options on this. You can see what the colours are on there. So main colour and design colour can be changed on that. 1.8 metres wide leveller. If we go from levelers to, I think it was winter next. I'm pretty sure it was winter next. Wasn't barrels. I'm sure it was winter. Yeah, winter next. We've got a blade snow, which actually is the same as the leveler blade. It does the same thing. There's no twist action. It's up and down. Same options on it for main colour and design colour. And then we've got a salt spreader just there again, 500 litre. Same options. We've got the main colour. This one does salt, not fertilizer and lime. And then go from there to miscellaneous. And under miscellaneous, we've got the service Gator, which will put diesel in it for taking out and refueling your vehicles. We've got configuration standard at 500 litre or dummy capacity at 10,000. So if you want a load of diesel to be taken out, you can. Main colour does that. Design colour does the mudguard, like that. And the other design colour does the doors. The doors don't open. It's just, it comes like that. And then we've got the Gator tank, which will do your diesel, as it is exhaust fluid, milk, buffalo milk and water, or water should I say. Again with this 700 litre or 15,000. So 700 litre or 15,000 litre option. Again with the main colour does the bottom bit, design colour does the tank, and then the last design colour does the pipe that's sitting on there. So you can change those as well. Just checking, service, tank, water, salt spread. I think that's everything. So we'll start with this one here, which has got the box back on it. So as far as unloading goes, we've got R1 and right stick up and down, so we can do a manual unload on that, like that. Or if we come to a point 2 unload, L1, R1 unload here, that will do your tip if you're tipping grains. Obviously there's a 3-point on there, which is clipping through at the moment, but if you haven't got a 3-point on there, that's not too much of a problem. Disconnect that. Now fertilizer, I've got lime in this one. We'll hook onto that because I'm curious to see, with that weight in there, it seems a little bit sluggish to get going. Lights on. It doesn't matter where I spread this, but thought we'll try it. I don't think we have to unfold it or anything, not that I could tell. Turn it on. That's not bad actually. What's that going to be, 10 metres do you reckon? 10, 12? That's got quite a spread on it. I could work it out by pacing out and check if I put that open. You can work it out by looking at the numbers at the bottom. So if I started one side there and then walk across the other side, but I can't quite see them because of all the stuff I've got on the oh yeah, so which number moves as I go across? So 775. Is that right? 775? 774? 5? Something like that. So let's go across the other side. Yeah, 10 metres. 774 or 775 to 785, so about a 10 metre width. There we go. We worked it out, people. We worked it out. It goes up to 32. Like I say, it's a little bit sluggish to get going, but once it sort of starts to go, I guess these sorts of things, like a quad bike, you don't want necessarily to be hammering off at ludicrous speeds initially. Rip your head off, won't it? So we've got one of the tanks just there. I think I'll put buffalo milk in it. That's got 15,000 litres, but you get the, whoa, that did not want to stop. You get the idea. 15,000 litres. It will hook up to that one. This one I went for a slightly metallic look, and then when I got the flatbed on the back I forgot to do the metallic. It's that colour but then with a metallic flip on it. And then we've got the blade on the front there. The blade just attaches. You don't have to have anything in particular for the blade. It will go, any of them you go over to it, the blade will attach. L1 right stick up and down does our blade. Like I say, there's no twist, so L1 R1 L1 R1, you can't twist that side to side. It's kind of fixed in place as an up and down. That's the leveler. Interior, or first person should I say, well I suppose interior is maybe a bit of a stretch, but that's alright. And then if I remove that one, just there, do that. We've got our service back with our 10,000 litres of fuel in it. Just there, and like I said, the doors don't open. Oh, I did go for the metallic on that. Couldn't remember if I had or not. It's a nice looking bit of kit, actually. And then this one is something a little bit different. I thought we'd go a bit shinier on the wheels and stuff, change our options a little bit. So that's the wider flat bed. Again, one tension strap. These don't have an option for tipping. They remain flat, but for whatever you want to put on there, it's up to you. And then we've got the salt spreader. What I'm going to do, I don't think it'll let me spread salt, whether you'll see it or not. I can't remember last time I did snow. What was that on? Prairie Farm, was it, Michigan? I think I did a bit of salt spreading. Let's whiz out. Come on, you can do it. So that's the snow blade on the front of that. Oh, it didn't show as well, yeah. If you've got the winch on there, the winch operates as you walk forward. It says pull winch rope, same as your winch ropes normally do on any of your vehicles. So I'm not sure if it will spread. Probably should do, shouldn't it? We'll get an idea though. Seems to be about the same width as what it was. Although it's not showing anything on the floor, the spread width seems to be about the same. So I would say, yeah, probably 10 metres as well. I don't see any reason why the spread width on this would be different, but yeah, seems to be about 10 metres. And there we go. The John Deere. Actually, you know what? Did I put one on here? Can't remember. Let's do that. Yeah, we've got one on there. So come to the front of there, pull the winch rope. There you go. Which you can attach to your logs, trees, whatever you want to do for winch operations. The John Deere Gator TH6x4. Next, we've got this. This is the Modern Car Garage by ikas. 2.22 megabytes download, 6 slots, 15,000 to buy. Build mode and sheds is where you'll find it, because it's, although it says garage, it's not a workshop in this. We've got the option on this when we go to place one. If we go to our sheds, there, we've got customization option, white walls or dark grey walls. Those are the two choices, nothing other than that. Double door garage, side door. So if you use the modern house that came out from ikas the other day, this might sit very nicely alongside it. Light switch in the corner. When you do the doors, it's one of those ones you don't want to park anything too close to the front because of the way they twist. I mean, to be fair, you've got enough room at the back there to do whatever you want to do with that. So there you go. Modern car garage, or garage, depending on you're from. Next, we've got this, the Maitre. This is the BMM85 by SimulatorGAMES and PipicH, I think it is. 12.17 megabyte download and 5 slots. You'll find this under your trailers section. And it's just there. 18,500 for the base model. Takes pretty much anything. And even its largest capacity, which I'll show you, 9,000 litre, 11,700 or 14,400. In that configuration, which looks more like a silage thing, it still takes everything. We've got Big AT with that option, or the balloon option, smooth the tyre. We've got that one, Continental, just those two. They've got warning signs. It's on, yes, or you can take them off if you don't want them on there. Attach position, we have got high, middle, low. Main colour now, be careful with this. Main colour, you've got that one there, which does that one there, which does that. Now, if you pick any other colour, you lose the Maitre logo. So it's those first three are sort of the designated standards, and then anything other than that, you will lose the logo and license plate option as well. So, as far as tippage and whatnot goes, we do have the option. It's a nice looking trailer actually. What I do like about this as well, when you disconnect it, there is actually a winding handle, I think. Oh, it's funny, I could have sworn that did, but the handbrake adjusts, which is pretty cool. On the back we have got tip side back, tip side grain door, tip side rear door, which does that, and then tip side parking. We've talked about parking before. Does a slight tip, little raise. Generally speaking, if there's water in it, it allows the water to drain out when it's parked up so it doesn't rust. Put that back down, but you can unload like that if you want to. It's unload here if you want to do that. Tip side back and grain door, to be fair, it's the attachment on the side which is quite cool. When that opens, that keeps that all fixed in place and slides the back open, which kind of we're used to seeing, I guess. Grain door is grain door, but then if we go to tip side rear doors like that, we have got the option L1 to just open the trailer doors. So if you want to put other stuff in it, pallets and things like that, you can. Doesn't have to have a capacity. Nice, but if we unload here, it will do its unload, but I don't think it tips up. So if you've got a low roof and you don't want it to raise up, put it on that unload and it should work fine. Beacon on the back, as you can see. Nice. Not too expensive either for the capacities that you can get. The Maitre BMM85. Next we've got the Massey Ferguson 8700S. This by LS Agro Ole is 45.95 megabytes download and 14 slots. Now, someone did say to me the other day, it's not LS Agro Ole, there's no accent over the E. But then if I read that, that would be LS Agro Ole. Is that right? Ole? Apologies if I'm saying it wrong. It's just kind of the way I've done it. Is what it is. So you'll find this under the larger of the tractorans. Just there, 250 grand for the base model. So we have got the option of 270 horsepower, 295, 320, 350, 370 and 400. I think it goes back to 270. Yeah, 400 being the highest horsepower it will go. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, PKT, Vredstein, Nokian and back. Now, I checked in a few of the other tyre categories just in case there were some narrows. I didn't find any narrows anywhere. So I'll show you one here. We've got standard, wheel weights, wides with weights, rear twins, twins, back to standard. That seemed to be the same across most of the tyre options on there. Design standard, panoramic roof. So that's standard, that's with panoramic roof. We've got warning signs, yes or no. They are foldable. So if you've gone for that as an option, they are foldable. Then we've got main colour, which does that. Design colour does the grills, like that. Rim colour does the rim. License plate option on there as well. So, come out of there. Sounds great. Oh. Lighting, beacons. Not bad, is it? L1 fold tractor, so that's what it does out. If you've gone for the hazard signs, warning signs, that will fold those. R1, right stick up and down. Look at the window. I love the attachment on that window. Look, the little piston arms on there as well. That's nice. I like that. And then L1, R1, and left stick side to side does the door, like so. Interior, very nice. There was no option for, because I was going to say with the panoramic roof bit, often yes it helps for lighting the cab, but often it's if you're running a loader as well, you can then look up and you can see your loader. This doesn't actually have a loader option on it, does it? But anyway. Nice bit of lean there, look at that. Nice bit of cab action going on as well. The Massey Ferguson 8700S. Next we've got the Polish Pasture for cows just here. This is 16.34 megabytes download, 21 slots, 25,000 to buy by Questa. This has the custom option of being able to extend the pasture if you want to. It comes standard with 20. They're saying 21 bottom right. It says 20 in the build mode, doesn't really matter. When you get the option to place it, you can then extend the pasture size if you want to, so you can get far more in there if you want to. That would be entirely up to you, of course. Build mode, cows, just there. Well, you know, I'll show you. I mean, we know how this works, but when you click on your placement, it will then say, do you want to customize the fence? If you do, you can extend it. If not, say no, and then the stuff will go in. You can put the pasture in, yes or no, like so. which we've just done there, but just to show you. Anyway, milk point is just here, slurry point is just here. The gate does open, like so. Dialog box for animals, just there. And then our bedding and food point is just in here. Nice lot of detail on this as well. Security cameras as well, look at that. The modern security conscious farmer, which I suppose you have to be in this day and age, don't you? There you go. Actually, you know what, I will double check just in case. We've got Polish pasture manure. No manure heap nearby. So if you need manure, you're going to have to place a manure heap. Sometimes they come with them and you have to kind of then look for where they are, but it's not showing us anything, so you'd need a manure heap to go with it. The Polish pasture for cows. Next, this is an interesting one and not something I've encountered before. Now, what we've had to say, we've kind of encountered before, but not like this. So we've got 2 packs now to finish off. We've got the TLX front bumpers pack and the TLX rear fenders pack, both by 82 Studio. Now, we've had various different TLX mods over the years, Phoenix packs and all truck packs and all sorts of stuff. Very cool. With tons and tons of options which you normally get. And what will often happen is you'll get an update will come out, and with the update might have some extra bells and whistles and bits and bobs with it, or it comes standard with all the bells and whistles. This has been done slightly differently. So this, well, I'll read what it says because it's interesting. It says the TLX division of Lizard Motors changes the way to customise its vehicles by releasing packs of content for them. So there is one downside to this at the moment, and it is the fact that it is only working on this particular model at the moment. So this is the TLX Phoenix semi-truck. That is a required mod if you want to use either of these packs. As far as I'm aware, because I spoke to DJ about this a little while ago, and it does say any modders have permission to use the attacher joint created to make it compatible with their own creations. And I'm sure DJ said that he was working with 82 Studio a little while back, and they were working with a few other modders who were trying to implement this with their truck packs. So we could see some truck packs getting some updates to allow for this pack to work with their mods as well. But at the moment it works with this, and I have to say it's pretty cool. It's just an unusual way of doing it. In the old days, this would have just been, this pack would have got an update, and the update would have been new bumpers or new what's the word, rear fenders kind of thing. Anyway, all that being said, we'll have a look at attachment and stuff in a moment. We come down to miscellaneous down there. We've got the TLX Aussie bumper. We've got 2 slots, 3 slots, 4 slots on the bumpers. Then the fenders, which is a separate pack to download. These are mostly 3s, with one of them being 2 slots. So as far as the options go on this, now don't worry, I initially put this on, thought this is ridiculous. How am I supposed to work out what my options are if I can't see them? If you come down to here where it says transport cover yes or no, you can take that off, so you can actually then see what you're changing. I thought that's bizarre. So we've got bull bar yes or no. No, I'm still on that. Let's go back up to there. Bull bar yes or no. So we can add our bull bar on. Additional lights, I think this is the same on all of them, but so we've got classic with turn signal, classic with wide turn signal, modern with turn signal, modern with wide turn signal, back to no. So we've got a few different options for your lightage. Chicken lights, yes or no, puts them down the bottom on this one. Transport cover will take off. Main colour will just pick something, there we go, like that. And then design colour does the bars across, so if we go again like that, you can see what changes on those options. That's the Aussie bumper. We've then got the TLX heavy duty bumper. So again with this, bull bar, yes or no, puts that one on. Width markers, yes or no. Be careful. If you put rubber protection on, yes or no. Stop it, Steve. Stop being a child. And you come down to here where it says decals. If you change the decals and you've got the rubber protection on, it doesn't show the decals. So you'll be clicking through that thing and it doesn't make any sense. That's what I was doing. So if I turn that off, when we get to that, you'll see. Additional lights are the same options. I'll just put classics on there for the moment. Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, chicken lights, yes or no, puts them across there. Mud guards, yes or no, puts little flaps down the bottom there. Transport cover, no. So we've got decals. We got that decal, design 1, design 2, design 3, no. So I say, if you've got the cover on there, you won't see them. Main colour again, let's go blue, doesn't really matter. Design colour does the uprights, I think it was. Let's go for that. There you go, does all those bits. And then you've got colour for the decals. So if we go yellow, does the background. The other part of the decal does the front of the background. Does that make any sense at all? Let's go white or metallic. There you go. So we'll change those. That does that one. And then we've got the bull hauler bumper. So again, configuration standard with winch on this one. So you've got a winch option in the middle. We've got width markers, yes or no. Additional lights. Again, we go through the various different options on the lights. Chicken lights. That puts them, well, first of all, it's one on the side, that I'll show you there. So one on the side there, a strip on the bottom there, both side and bottom or off. It's up to you. And then we've got main colour again, and design colour does the main colour, and then the bars, as we've already seen on previous iterations. So that's those. Then we come on to the fender options. So options are pretty much the same on all of them. So for example here, we've got chicken lights are set to on. You can take the chicken lights off if you don't want them. Transport cover again. Now you've got keep TLX truck rear lights or substitute. Now a couple of these I substituted. One I kept them. So it's just a case of what's on there already. I wasn't sure how this was going to work. So I'll explain. Then we've got a main colour option. You can fiddle around with that. So we've got that version. We've got this version here. Sort of a ribbed version. We've got the half fender, which does that. We've got the split twin fender. Like that. That one, which is just a simple mudguard pack that goes on. Heavy duty fender, I think I went for one set of those. And then we've got the off-road fender. I've gone for a set of those as well, because they come packed like that, and I thought, well, I don't know what that's going to look like on the lorry. Plus, how does that work with different options of your axles? That was what I thought, you know what, we'd better check that, because I'm not too sure how that's going to work. So what I'll do to start off with, I'll show you on here. So on the front, if I detach that, that's how it comes, palleted. Then when you hook up, it will give you the option to hook up. It hooks on the front. Now I've got the option L1 and right stick side to side and up and down for adjustment of that bumper. So I can put it, now it's got quite long arms on that, so I can bring it right up to there or bring it right in. Obviously you're not going to want it right in there, but you can seat it wherever you want it to sit. That's in touch to you. As you can see, our lights work, indicators work if you've gone for the indicator option, and if you've gone for the option with winch, it's got the winch option on there as well. So that it will just automatically attach. It will give you the option to put it on. You can attach it as you like. As far as the mudguards go, excuse me. So with the TLX vehicles, they have a lot of options on them. So if I press my triangle button now, I'm going through control group 1, control group 2, then I'm on the back. So if I detach them now, there you go. That's what. So this is what the truck comes like. And when you get the truck, it doesn't give you a lot of options for mudguards, and it doesn't give you a lot of options for bull bars. That's why this pack has been released separately for this very reason. Now, in all of the sets so far, so I've got that set here, which is the heavy duty set, slightly ribbed. That one there is a smooth set, and that one there is the packed mudguards, the off-road pack. They all cover the rear 2 axles. So as you can see, that one's a standard double. This one I went for a longer with a bigger cab, triple axle. These only go on the backs. And even with this one as well, because I thought, I wonder whether or not when you go to place this, can you spread these out so it will go from here and cover this axle as well. This is a liftable axle. It doesn't. It does the 2 rear ones regardless what ones you're going for. That's in touch here. As you can see, we've got our bumper attached onto here. Now this is a bit curious, because when you click the winch rope and I pull forward, I'm not sure where that winch rope's coming from. It seems to be behind where that is, not sort of, it doesn't appear to be coming out from where that is. And as I was moving around earlier, that front bumper was moving. It seems to be underneath, not, I don't know. Anyway, so I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work. It comes with the winch, and it should do the winch things, you know. So then, like I said, with this, when you back up, it will give you the option for attaching these as well, like that. Clonks it on. Now, if I go L1 now, there's adjustment on or off, so I can press X and turn that off. So my adjustment's gone now, so that won't then affect any other movement of bits of equipment, things you might be attaching to or stuff like that. But if I do want to adjust them, I click L1, adjustment like that, and now I've got the option for side to side, up and down. I can move these around depending on what tyre choices I've gone for as well. And you can see the brackets on the back here, so you can adjust those and get your brackets to sit wherever you want. So as far, you know, as long as you're happy with where it sits. That's too far forward for me, because obviously looking at the tyres, you want it to be, if possible, equidistant. You might want to slam it right down, have it right by the tyres, or give yourself a bit of space. It's entirely up to you. You can fiddle around with them like that, which is very nice. So I'll show you what I mean on here with this one. Again, what we'll do, let's go to the front. I will pull forward. You'll see the light options with their indicators on the outsides. So if I detach that, that boxes that up. Come to the back, detach those, they come off, and you can see how the axles are at the moment. So this covers up that rear section. And it depends, like I say, whether you've gone for substitute what's on the back or not. If it substitutes them, it will cover those up. If you've gone for not substitute, it won't. So click that on. You see there? And it still covers those two axles, and the options are still the same. I've got my adjustment on at the moment, so I've got up and down, forwards and backwards for adjust them exactly how I want them. I say it's a little bit different. I know the TLX packs in the past. I know we had the was it the Wrecker pack came out, and the Wrecker pack had a back bit on it. It also had a front bull bar, and there was one, I think it might have been the Wrecker pack, that had a weight on it, and the weight was adjustable for whatever you were towing on the back, and that came in very handy and all sorts of things as well. That was kind of like this, so I guess that's where this premise has come from. Whether we'll get more stuff like this or not, I don't know, potentially. And like I say, moving forward, I would assume more of your lorry truck modders maybe will implement this, and you might get some updates to see these being able to be added onto other vehicles and equipment. So that's it. That's the TLX front bumper pack and the TLX rear fenders pack. And that's it for the mods for Thursday, the 18th of September. We do have a map out today, which I'm going to get onto later on. That is the Alps by Lamai. It is, in essence, and it does say in the description as well, the Alpin is a retro map of the highly successful Erlengrat. So it is, in essence, it's Erlengrat. But I think when it's saying it's a retro map, I'm assuming it's a sort of kind of earlier version of it. It's 1100.6 megabyte download. That's up there with 2 required mods. At the moment, we're saying 2 required mods. We'll see when we come to download it. So I'll get onto that as soon as possible. I hope you found all this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.